Hello, dear Libra. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I'll be doing your December reading up to the mid period of December for you. Working today with the Cartomanzia Italiana deck, Contarocci del 19 Degrees. A very cool deck, primarily dealing with 1983 vibe here. Once again, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome you to my channel, and I would like to clear the energy of the deck and basically let you know that we'll be working essentially with a love situationship reading 3 iterations, okay? Dealing with your love life and how it could pan out. In terms of resonance, please take what you will. This is entertainment. However, if there's anything useful, hopefully you can use it to essentially work as an instrument for your manifestation. Right, so clearing the energy of the deck, and we'll get started. Yeah. This is the first portal for Libra. Portal is opening now. Libra number 1. Libra. Number 1. Okay. What strikes me is that the first iteration, first Libra number 1, there is something here that has to do with essentially your force, your ability to harness and manage certain aspects within you and to bring them without, and to essentially use this fortitude, this ability to see ahead and to manage through essentially taming the inner beasts within, to manage a type of romance. There's romance here that is blooming for you, dear Libra, from a hidden lover. This lover is hidden, and I'm not sure why. We're going to find out. We have a very good number there, 38, and it is Il Cavallo di Coppa, the Knight of Cups. Now, this person is either withholding. If you know someone, then they are of they're of a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, and you know them, and there is a possibility that they're holding back in a certain way. This hold back could be because of a secret that they're holding. It's either a new lover that is hidden that you don't know about, but they're coming to you very slowly in a romantic way, or somebody that you're already enamored with in terms of romance. If this person is holding back, there's a holdback because there's a secret here with the High Priestess energy. La papessa, la donna che consulta. So it is essentially it's strange because we have an 11 here. 3 and 8 break down to 11. 3 communities, as well as family, as well as sort of communication, and an 8, which is deep communication. Okay, so you break that down, it becomes the 11, master number 11, which is the gateway. This romantic gateway is being held back in a certain way, and it's because the High Priestess, once again, I think this is more Pisces energy. Personally, for me as a reader, this is like the deep unknown, the 12th house, and we have a 2 here, so there's essentially, once again, Roman number 1 and 2, the 11 and 2 here. There's a resonance here, and it has to do with a type of hold. Okay, a hold. Somebody's holding back emotionally, and this is strange to you because as you can see, this High Priestess, she's like very much kind of jaded in a way. Like she's held back. Yes, she knows something, and it looks like she's empowered in a certain way. La Papessa is empowered. She's reading from a very intense book, and it seems like she is ruminating or she is holding back. Okay, this hold back has to do with, once again, the 1111 coming in strong here with the four of rods. Okay, this talks to me of 3 and 2, which is a 5. Structures of creativity, structures of happiness through creativity, of manifesting a foundation with the square here. Some sort of triangular structure. Okay, so this is all about grounding. This is all about not only grounding, but a grounding of passions in order to create some sort of new fruition for you and this person. Okay, there's also, it's like a secret. A lot of this is a secret. So essentially, what the high priestess is holding back. With the high priestess, the La Papessa, the La Donna che consulta, this woman, she's holding back some sort of foundation. The foundation between you and them, as well as there may have been some type of regret in the past between you and them here with the Four of Cups energy. Talks to me of someone going so deep into stagnation, into a meditative practice, or like a need to go within instead of being finding without, finding things out there to make them feel fulfilled. They're trying to heal themselves or meditate in some way. The path of the Bodhisattva with the Four of Cups. In reverse, it talks to me of either them coming out of that in December, or perhaps being regretful over some sort of, not a spilled cup, but a cup not taken. Do you understand? Also, there is something that has to do with the uh, the Nine of Rods energy here, and it's in reverse. So that scarred heart, that wounded warrior stance, that whole after the Eight of Rods, someone has to bring up barriers. Okay, perhaps there was an Eight of Rods month for you in November, and before that, a lot of communication between you and this person, but eventually this passionate communication turned into something very difficult for them to process. So they had to go into some sort of withdrawal. Now, we have two Donnas here. We have two strong women. The other one is the La Donna di Spade, the woman of swords, or the Queen of Swords here. And it's a very intense card to have, considering she has the most like intense, ferocious look on her face, and she has an axe and a shield around her. She has that crazy spire, and like she knows what the hell she wants. Like there's like a sort of circle on top of a pyramid over there. She's sitting on some sort of throne, but she's ready to stand up and just exact battle. Okay, she's not even extending a hand in this one. 5 and 1 break down to a 6. It's talking about daily routines. This person is daily on the grind with the axe and with the sword. She is a hard worker, and she is protecting her domain. Okay, logically more than anything. Now you're dealing with two women, perhaps, but definitely two feminine energies that are extremely secretive and also competitive and very much protected. This speaks to me of a hold back, okay? And now the beauty of La Donna di Spade, or the Queen of Swords, is that she is able to essentially use logic and reason to hold back anything. Because it's in reverse, it means that intuition is not being listened to. And it's very striking because the High Priestess is the most intuitive card, right? It is probably the most intuitive card within the deck. However, with this card, it's like there's a flip flop of intuition. This person is either having so much intuition that it scares them away, or perhaps that the intuition is so great that it makes them drunk in a certain way on their own sort of feminine energy. This speaks to me of potentialities of Shakti rising up and creating so much either alignment or perhaps higher knowing, but this person is not being able to do the full kriya, the full like upward movement, so it gets stuck somewhere in the stomach, and it doesn't go up to the heart chakra. Therefore, she is not open. Do you understand? It gets stuck and compressed within the center here. which is like, you know, the power center, um, talks to me of a holdback. And it's just because this person is not opening up through the heart, okay? Um, yeah, that's clear indication for iteration number one. I'm going to continue because we have here your energy, the Knight of Spades, the Knight of Swords here in the reverse. Okay, Knight of Swords is usually very indicative of either going to battle, being very swift in a certain way, being very logical, and being very communicative in their way of aggression. Okay, it is an aggressive card because I mean swords are always aggressive, but swords are indicative of mind, of communication, as well as of philosophy. Okay, and it's very important to note that this card is in reverse. Therefore, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, there is sort of, with your energy, a type of hold back with communication. Though there is, like the Knight of Cups earlier, there was the Knight of Cups in reverse. There's also the Knight of Swords in reverse. So any sort of like romantic advancements might be held back in December, either because of distance, because of all the horses, or perhaps because of the reversals of the horses. Therefore, no one is willing to budge in a certain way. There's a lot of stagnant energy in this first iteration. I don't like it very much, especially because La Forza, which is strength essentially, is in reverse, what I mentioned earlier. Somebody is here managing to tame their inner being, their inner demons, but then failing if it's this way. So someone is getting bested in a certain way. Either you or this person, I think it's this person, is dealing with so much inner work that they are getting bested, and they're kind of not progressing as far as you would have hoped. This person strikes me as somewhat weak. There's also the Nine of Cups here. For you or them, I'm not sure, but nines usually indicate some sort of individuality or singlehood, the ability to be content within one's own skin. All right, this is great, but if this is a love reading, not so great. However, there is something about this nine that strikes me as good for you, considering you have control of your emotions, you know how to give, especially to yourself. And it could be that this person is also, if they are some sort of flame of yours, mirroring this energy. Okay? I would be careful about trying to make new beginnings with this person. There's a lot of disempowerment here, and there's no teamwork. However, someone is coming into power, and it's leading to a type of equilibrium. Be careful, this will lead to fear for the other person, and there might also be lies. But they might try to juggle you back in, causing regret because of some poor apology, and you could be dealing with a cancer. But they're ready to move towards what? Towards a type of, hold back once again. Be careful. This portal is closed, I'm going to move on. Right, so portal number 2 is opening after I clear the energy of the deck. Once again, this deck is Scatomanzia Italiana, a very beautiful deck from 1983, Italia. US Game Systems, I believe. Very, very cool deck. So I'm going to clear the energy of the deck. That last portal is closed. Very intense reading so far, my dear Libra. And we'll go ahead and pull from this next iteration. Iteration number 2, Libra number 2. The portal is opening. A few more shuffles here. Yeah. Okay. Queen of Pentacles jumped out. It indicates some sort of new stability. A regal stability. Taurus energy. Alright. This portal is opening. Okay, Libra number two, there's a lot of fire going on for you in the month of December. A lot of crazy, passionate endeavors that have to do with making a choice, finding that focal point, making that choice. Yeah? The choice has to do with an incredible discrimination here. We have a type of ability to see into possibilities and also be sort of afraid, but then not afraid in the way you would think. I think it's more the ability to find so much concentration and focus in terms of manifestation and the ability to shine forth. There is a choice to be made here towards something that caused a great deal of fear at one point, as well as you may have had a lot of intense dreams about this choice. But the choice is clear now. It's to release this Three of Swords energy. This Three of Swords energy, which has already been releasing. And if you have already purged someone from the past, there's a good chance you've already made a lot of good headway with that person, with forgetting that person in particular. Also, there is an ability to release any further heartache from another person. Okay, strikes me that you might have met another potential other, and there was some type of rejection here, a rejection for this lover who was once coming to you. Once again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio comes in with the Knight of Cups, like the first iteration. So they offered something, there was a rejection, and it could be that in this iteration that essentially Libra, you were the one playing the Bodhisattva. But like I said, mirrors work wonders, and could be that you're mirroring each other in a certain way. Perhaps you are now in the path of the spiritual sort of seeker, and you're making headway. This person offered you something here, but I don't think it was good enough for you because you seem to be moving away from that. Um, because you think that with these two cards showing up, I think there was an element of distrust when it came to this love that they offered, or perhaps you may have offered this love. They're playing the Bodhisattva, and they're chilling, they're meditating, and they're trying to find themselves. And when you offer this love, they didn't accept it in a certain way. Okay, one or the other. It could be the roles can be reversed here, but somebody they went against the universe here. They went against the capacity to heal. They went against. They laughed at the face of love. Okay, whoever this is, you or them. I think there might be a great deal of karma going to be in the mail for you or them. I think it's them. We have two knights here. Like the first iteration, we had the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Here we have the Knight of Cups in the upright, as well as the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so if this person, and I'm not going to point fingers or anything, but if this person offered something, could be you or them, and it was an offer of love, perhaps a declaration of love, I would think that there's something about that love that was kind of fishy. It wasn't accepted, and there was a commitment that wasn't going to be celebrated anyway. Something about the spiritual quest here is bleeding through, and I think it might be important for you to withdraw, as well as to figure out what and all how this thing that's not working out in terms of romance, in terms of some sort of stability is not working out. I think it might be good to think about the offer, and then let it go and run like hell. However, once again, the Four of Rods comes up here, and it comes up in the upright this time around. So for Libra number two, there still is a great gateway or connection or foundation of passion here. between you and this person. However, the High Priestess comes up again, and this time the secret is known because she's in the reverse. The secret has to do with a type of lack of justice. This is karma. This is real bad type of karma too. It's not the kind of karma you want. This is action that is non-acted. And that, to me, symbolizes a big tipping point in the universal equilibrium here. It's very important that that you find balance, which has been missing. Either you or this person finds balance when it comes to seeing through options. Okay, now this can indicate that either you or this person had options, either third or fourth people, as well as commitments with others and family and friends and like other stuff. You guys just didn't make time for each other. However, unlike Libra number one in the first iteration, we have here La Forza, which is strength and fortitude, the ability, as well as fortune, the ability to go ahead and become strong in a certain way. All this that's happening is making the spiritual seeker stronger in this, as well as the lover, the romantic lover here that was giving that offering. It's also showing them their quality and their valor is being celebrated in a certain way. However, with all that reversed knight energy, I would suggest taking it easy and taking it real slow, making no offers, and if there's a need to feel left out of the cold by you or them, I think it's important that you just go ahead and do that. Because usually the Five of Pentacles, when it comes to being left out in the cold in traditional tarot, there's an element of spirituality there, where if you go on the path of the Five of Pentacles, you are ejected from the cycle of Pentacles. You lose your balance in terms of materiality. However, what you gain is spirituality. Yeah, it's important to know that that a certain amount of truth will be coming to you, a truth about someone who needs to make a change but can't. This will lead to their inauthenticity will be shined upon, and it will cast them into a light of disempowerment, and you will move on. There will be a tower moment here potentially as well. So all of these lies or this inauthentic person that you may be dealing with will essentially be stripped away from you because of the divine, because of the path work that has to be done here. It's been iterated here. All right. I'm going to close that portal after a quick peek. There might be a new beginning, however. Let me leave that portal open for a second. A new beginning after slow communication, some sort of new beginning for someone. Because of slow communication, you just might leave this person out in the cold, okay? This will lead you to stability if you do this. Stability on a grand scale, but you will still feel kind of lonely. However, there will be a new boon with the Wheel of Fortune. This act is like having the wheel go ahead and enact something for you. And it's going to lead to, yes, not only pain, but also the ability to manifest in a secret way some sort of release in terms of pent-up energy. Okay? It's a beautiful reading. I'm going to stop there because it gets a little bit more confusing. Iteration number 2 is closed. Portal number 2 is closed. Libra number 3, we're getting started. Going to clear the energy of the cards. Ooh. Once we're done with the portals, I'll give some advice for all of you. It seems like the three iterations are all dealing with the same person. That's how it feels, at least. It seems like there's one person out there that has Libra's favor, and unfortunately, with the winter sort of beckoning our primal instincts, it's been very difficult for Libra. Okay, great. There is a lot of love here. Okay, portal number 3 is open. There's a lot of love here. It has to do with a very intense affair here with Gliamanti, which is the lovers here. Beautiful lovers card. We have a wreath as well as a triumphant archway with a Hierophant-like character who's reading from a scroll, and the scroll is pointing to what he's reading over is the scroll, yes, but then also two people who are about to connect in the most beautiful way. I think it's a very beautiful card. That's why I bought this deck. These cards, the artwork is stunning, and the expressions are just priceless. So we have here matrimonio, which is or gliamanti, which is the lovers, as well as matrimonio, which is like marriage. Okay, on the cards here. We also have 6 here, daily routines, and yeah, it's speaking to me of a great commitment, profound commitment, soulmate energy, as well as we have here the Ace of Cups in the upright. Okay, la aso di copa or festini, which is like the ability to be extremely jovial because of a lot of drinking. That's a festivity, right? So certainly it's talking about a lot of love energy for the iteration number 3. Okay, so usually it's a choice between loves, but I think this is more just straight up love connection. Okay, there's a love connection here that has to do with someone. It's occurring because someone is letting down their barriers. Okay, they have a lot of them. This person who you're dealing with, or perhaps you, this is swords energy. Le otto di spada, so the 8 of spades, the 8 of swords, usually talks to me of psychological blocks, as well as feelings of estrangement or ostracization, the need to protect oneself through logic. These are all indications of 8 of Swords energy. I think it's very important to know that this person is releasing this energy because it's in reverse. And therefore, it's leading to this love situation. Yes, once again, confirmation. We have empowerment here, Aries and Taurus energy, someone coming into power with the Emperor. L'Imperatore. This is Giocondita de Quere. Giocondita de Quere, which is, like, it means something really cool in Italian. Anyways, this talks to me about getting in power. Also, we have here the Phoenix, the Golden Phoenix here, sitting next to the Emperor. Talks to me of this very special Emperor. Talks to me of essentially not only coming into power and having like the rod of righteousness, the scepter of command, but also in the left hand there, the ability to regenerate in a certain way, to be self-empowering, not only to convert this energy into something that recycles itself. Okay, so this person has command over the wheel in a way, bringing as well as death, as well as regeneration. Okay, through destruction, there's creation. That's the Emperor's power. Okay, in this particular deck. So this person is letting down psychological barriers in order to find power and love. Okay, they're making a choice finally. Okay, so at one point they were at like some sort of like discrimin. Il due de bastoni, the two of what do you call them? Two of staves, 2 of rods here. Usually it talks about focus here, but also it talks about no longer waiting. Usually with the two of rods, I still see like a stagnation, very slow but then steady focus. Here it's like no longer. It's like instantaneous focus, And what they're no longer waiting for is the Nine of Swords energy. Okay, so essentially, they're no longer waiting for fear to hold them back. Nine of Swords is usually indicative of fear, and if this person's been overthinking the situation and then causing the Eight of Swords energy, the Nine of Swords energy, usually like they run out of sword cycles. They just get burnt out in the head. They have to stop thinking, and that's when the Ten of Cups comes in, which is, you know, the grand old merry, you know, the ultimate sort of like happiness here. Talks about richness. It talks about a connection that is really profound and like celebrated in a certain way. It talks about commitment, very deep emotional commitment. This person is really opening up, okay? But you have to be careful because all this opening up, once they get triggered by the sword cycles, it becomes really tricky because they might come up with a new truth, or perhaps you might find out a truth about this person. Once again, it's strange because this is sort of an echo of the second iteration here. This person needs to go through a transformation, la morte, perdita. Okay, they need to go through a transformation. It's a very deep one. Okay, Scorpio energy here. Once again, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Now, the beauty of this death card is that there is an incredible winged angel on the top of it. If you can see, it's like a little gremlin inside a timepiece. So it's like time. It's time. Time is here, and what this person is going to be going through is not only opening up emotionally to you, but also opening up a can of worms that are essentially stagnant sort of stores of negative emotional cycles that have to be processed. Okay, once again, the Nine of Swords showing up here. Just speaking to me of that swords energy. So it was Seven of Swords earlier. Sorry if I got that wrong. Seven of Swords earlier. So like no longer confusion when it comes to this choice. They're no longer confused about it, and they're moving towards the Ten of Cups with you. Okay. But be careful because there might be some sort of hidden truth here. The truth has to have to do. It's doing with time. Also, sex is indicated here with Scorpio, with eighth house, and with death here. There's usually the little death, le petit mal. So there's like an element of sex coming into here, as well as a need to process. Still, there's some sort of fear, and this might lead them to hold back in a certain way with the Pentacles cycle. Okay, with the Ace of Pentacles here, though, there is a holdback, but there also is a new beginning, either for you or for them. And I think it's going to happen anyways for you, especially Libra. You're coming into power in a certain way. But I think your power, in terms of your fire for this person won't be controlled. Okay, you're gonna have a lot of lust for them, and here they are, the master of passion. They know how to hold it back, but then also give it in a certain way. You are like wildfire for this person. You will burn a kindling and burn a house down in order to enact something with them. Also, there is a sense of justice coming here, as well as a secret about a hidden tie with this person, and also the need to heal some sort of energy between you and them that's not being sort of celebrated right now. When you run into this person again, if you do, make sure to have good boundaries set. Okay. Otherwise, they will create some sort of deep pain for you. But I think if you had some sort of falling out before because they ghosted you or anything, because of whatever they did, it might be important to know that that cycle is over, and that there will be equilibrium, as well as a new hidden commitment with you and this person. No more waiting, and some sort of some sort of thing. I'm gonna hold back on that. I'll leave that one a secret. There's also the Ace of Cups here, like I said, fantastic, as well as the Ten of Pentacles here. So there's a great sort of commitment with you and this person, okay? Not going to look too far into it. I don't think we need to go further into it. There is indicated after a certain amount of rest and restlessness of you feeling single, This might lead to that crazy wildfire energy with the Queen of Rods in reverse, as well as this Devil energy here, which is like very sexy, very very sexy, because you have the devil as well as death here. So very sexy energy between you and this person. Be careful. Use protection. Um, all right. So this is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. I would like to salute you and wish you a very sort of good December, and I'll tap into the energies again for you mid-month. Okay, love and peace, and please like, share, and subscribe as always. Ciao. Libra. Forgot to tell you some advice from the Russian Fairy Oracle, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that for you. Once again, working with the Russian Fairy Oracle from Ivan Bilibin, first designed in 1885. I think 1885. Okay, Libra. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. When it comes to this person you're dealing with, you and this person, I'm going to go ahead and look at how they see this situationship. One more card, please. Yep. Okay. Okay. So, first card that came out was, number 35. 35. Woman waiting for the ships, as well as woman looking at the castle. Number 35, this indicates to me some sort of deep, profound waiting period, okay? So, this person is waiting. Waiting for what? I don't know exactly. It could be you, could be somebody else, could be some sort of closure from the past. But there's a sense of hope with this, okay? Deep, profound hope. This hope has to do with a type of victimhood, okay? We have here the crosses and the church, as well as the 3 and the 6, which is breaking down to a 9, some sort of great distance in a way, as well as philosophies, okay? So this person is like kind of like dreamy, or being like in a reverie about a type of like tradition, or a type of a need for salvation, or perhaps a need for a sacrifice in a way, okay? So it's like they're in despair. And it's kind of like a lineage too. We have 35, then 36. So one leads to the other, and it's like leading up to a type of a need to be almost spiritual in a way. Okay, so that's how they see this situationship so far. It's like a need to be patient, have hope, and have faith in a type of spiritual progression with this relationship. It's very deep. And they see a union here, some sort of union, and a union that is called for. Okay, we have the 25 and the 27 cards, the Herald and 27 breaking down to some sort of like a call, or some sort of like communication, as well as 25 breaking down to a 7, the energies of communication as well as officiation. Here we have the sort of marriage ceremony. This is ceremonial garb kind of thing. This is like people getting together and hooking up. We have a beautiful woman, and she has beautiful long hair. She also has a badass sword that she's holding, you know, and she's like, come hither. She's kind of like the Queen of Swords in a way. Whether she's kind of, yeah, but then the guy, he's there, he's offering. So there's some sort of proposal here, and what's called for here is like essentially some type of officiation. Okay, so someone's being hopeful. about seeing the spiritual connection between you and this person and you. This person sees this as a call to some sort of commitment, and they find it more than anything quite a lucky thing here, with 30 breaking down to a 3, some sort of supreme aspect. Um, but the clovers, or rather the lilies talk to me of peace. Lilies grow in swampy areas, and their tendrils and their roots go beneath the surface into the water and further down to find the earth. Okay, so it's a very um, deep symbol for peace among the junk of a swamp. Okay, so essentially, it's like getting through the muck to find the beauty. This person is going through a lot of muckiness and has been in October and November, and they're trying to find peace with you by creating some sort of union through a type of heralding, through a type of trumpet call. Once it sounds, then they will know where to find their commitment that lies with you. And they've been waiting on this for a long time. They want to be faithful to it. Okay, that's how they see it. And even if it is just a spiritual connection, even if it is karmic, there's a possibility that they just want to do it right. They want to do it right, and they see you as beautiful here with the lilies, right? Okay. Once again, Ron from Terra the Twin Sun. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you around.